Can you feel the excitement brewing in the air as the offseason unfolds? With over $50 million in cap space, the San Francisco 49ers are at a crossroads, and one standout player is ready to make waves in free agency. As we navigate these uncertain waters, the whispers about a potential return could spark a fire for our offensive line. Don't miss out on this critical update that could shape our roster. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like to stay connected with every thrilling development. As the offseason unfolds, the San Francisco 49ers are facing some tough decisions ahead, especially with several key players hitting free agency. Right now, they have over $50 million in salary cap space, but the challenge lies in how they allocate that money. It's clear they want to retain their homegrown talent, but with so many players set to test the waters, some tough choices are on the horizon. Among these free agents, the standout is undoubtedly Jaylon Moore, the offensive tackle who has drawn attention for his solid performance. According to Pro Football Focus, Moore is the highest-rated pending free agent for the 49ers. He may not have the same spotlight as some of the other stars on the roster, but his contributions have been significant. If we look at his stats, he allowed just 1 sack and 10 pressures over 154 pass-blocking opportunities. That's impressive for a player who has primarily served as a backup. He's also shown effectiveness in run blocking, with a respectable run blocking grade of 70.1. Now, I have to admit, I had high hopes for Dre Greenlaw. He had an overall PFF rating of 82.0, which is fantastic. But with only 34 snaps last year, it's hard to justify keeping him over someone like Moore, who has been actively contributing. The reality is that while Greenlaw has the potential, Moore has been the reliable body in the trenches that every team needs. Looking ahead, the future of Trent Williams remains uncertain. Williams is a cornerstone of the 49ers' offensive line, but with the tragic loss of his unborn child and the fact that he's turning 37 next season, there are legitimate questions about his playing status. If Williams decides to hang up his cleats, that could leave a significant void on the line. And while the draft is an option, introducing a rookie to Kyle Shanahan's complex system can be a gamble. This is where Moore's value skyrockets. If the team decides to let him walk, they might end up scrambling for a replacement who may not be ready to step in immediately. Moore is familiar with the system and has shown he can step up when needed. If the 49ers are smart, they'll recognize that bringing Moore back might be the safest bet, especially if they have to look for a more prominent replacement for Williams down the line. With only 12 career starts under his belt, he likely won't demand a hefty contract, making him an attractive option financially as well. As a fan, I can't help but feel a mix of emotions about these decisions. On one hand, I want to see the team invest in established talent and keep players who know the system. On the other hand, I understand the allure of fresh faces and new talent. Do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. The front office has a tough job ahead, and every choice they make could drastically alter this team's future. The stakes are high for the 49ers as they navigate this offseason. Retaining players like Moore could provide stability, especially with an aging Trent Williams and the potential for other departures. The success of the team in the upcoming seasons may hinge on how well they manage their roster and spending. I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and anxiety about what lies ahead for our quarterback. After a record-breaking 2023 season, where he threw for over 4,280 yards and 31 touchdowns, Purdy led the team to the Super Bowl, just narrowly missing out on a championship. But then came 2024, a year filled with unexpected challenges that saw injuries and costly mistakes derail what many hoped would be another deep playoff run. His stats took a hit this past season, finishing with 3,164 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, which feels like a world away from that stellar performance just a year prior. You have to wonder, how will this impact his contract negotiations with the 49ers? With Dak Prescott leading the market at an average salary of $60 million, Purdy might not surpass that figure. But there's a lot at stake in these discussions. Both parties are eager to avoid drama, and Purdy made that clear recently when he stated he wants to be a professional about the situation. Nick Wagoner, an insider for ESPN, speculated that Purdy's team-first mentality could lead to a favorable contract for the 49ers. This kind of thinking is crucial for our team, especially if it allows us to retain key players around him. If Purdy is willing to take a step back in negotiations to help the organization maintain a strong roster, that could be a game changer for the 49ers. Comparisons have already been drawn between Purdy and quarterbacks like Jared Goff and Tua Tagovailoa, who both secured lucrative extensions recently. Goff's deal averages $53 million annually, while Tagovailoa's is just slightly higher at $53.1 million. Given Purdy's accomplishments, he could make a compelling argument for something similar, especially if he pushes for more guaranteed money to expedite the negotiations. As fans, we should recognize that these contracts aren't just numbers, they represent the future of our team. If Purdy could mirror his 2023 performance and lead us back to the playoffs, he'd be in an even stronger position. I can't help but think about the implications of these contract talks on our chances for success in the coming seasons. When asked about the possibility of a stalemate in negotiations, Purdy said he's not sure what might happen, but stressed his desire to get back to work with his teammates. That's the kind of mindset we want from our quarterback, someone who's fully committed to the team and the city of San Francisco. He's expressed his love for this organization and his hope to spend his career here. Those words resonate deeply with us fans. So, what do we think? Is this approach the right path for both Purdy and the 49ers? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, I appreciate the loyalty and team-first attitude Purdy embodies. But on the other hand, in a league that often prioritizes business over sentiment, I wonder if he's putting himself at risk by not maximizing his value. As we look ahead, it's crucial to recognize how these decisions could shape our team's future. The right contract for Purdy could allow us to build a stronger roster, one that can compete for championships year after year. But if negotiations drag on or become contentious, it could create unnecessary distractions. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Do you believe Purdy's willingness to take a team-friendly deal is wise, or should he push for every dollar he can get? Your thoughts matter, so let's get the conversation going in the comments. For all of you passionate 49ers fans, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all things Niners. And make sure to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Together, let's keep the spirit of our team alive and rally behind Brock Purdy as he navigates this crucial chapter in his career. We're all in this together, and our voices matter as we cheer our team to victory.